We get so many questions about, and I think we've said it, we've answered it enough that it doesn't get asked now, but how many revisions do you do? What is the amount? Do you set limits? And the answer is you do the thing.
No limit. When they're happy is when I'm done.
Yeah.
That's it.
Forever.
And if you don't want to work with them
they're never
again,
going to come back to you.
Yeah.
If you say 5 revisions and then you have to pay me, they might do it that one time.
Never
but
again.
they're not coming again because no one else in the world is charging them. Like,
The
Manny's
price
not
is,
charging.
it's all in.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just like the code word for it.
Yeah, it's all
all
in.
in.
Like, and I'll mix a record like if I mix a record and I get it up and I'm about to turn it, I'm like, you know what? I need to change. I'll start over.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll do it with the CB stuff. Chris Brown's album, I've been mixing it for a year and a half now because of COVID. And every 6 months I come back to a record and I'm like, time to remix it. Yeah. All faders down and remix the same song that I've already mixed last year and the year before.
Yeah. Does it get better?
It always gets better.
Does
thankfully.
it? Because I always think the Michael Jackson thing, where apparently like the second version of Beat It after they did like 48
I love that, but that's all within the same maybe like month or so.
I grow. All of us grow every day.
Well, new plugins.
Go back and
new versions of CLA.
Well, now I got turned on the CLA.
Change them on DSP?
Yeah. I mean, you theoretically can if you got the label behind you. But anyway.
I think outside of a mixer standpoint, I think I got to work with Cavallo a lot. And I remember one of my favorite records, he was telling me the process of it, and I didn't know this. He said he sent it back to this big name mixer 12 times. And I think that a lot of you guys are so successful is because you don't compromise. Like you get it right. You know, our gig is to get it right. And because I remember telling him that we had sent something to this mixer and it came back worse, and I was just bummed out that the record sucked. And he's like, whose fault is that? And I was like, well, it's the mixer's. It was worse. And he's like, no, it's the producer's fault. It's like, what do you mean? He's like, the producer's job is, does this record suck or not? And if that means that you have to go back to the mixer and go, hey, I need you to do it again or whatever. And this record that he won Album of the Year on, he apparently went back like 9 times or 12 times to a really good mixer, but we have to get it right at the end of the day, you know?
It's a story I think I've told on the lives, but it was the thing that really opened my eyes to this was, I think it was working on a One Direction thing. It may have been Little Mix. It was that X Factor, Simon Cowell Psycho era. And I had produced a song that Serban was mixing. And I remember it was early on, and so I was sort of new, and I wasn't like being like, copy me on everything. I think I just sent it off. And I think I got a mix back, and I maybe had a note or two, and I didn't hear anything, and then like a week or two later, it was a single for somebody, and a week or two later, I get a call or an email from the label saying, hey, we're on a mix revision, we can't quite get this thing right, we're wondering, there's something on the rough mix with the vocals and something, and can you get on with Serban and have a conversation about something? And they sent me the latest mix, and it was version 19, and I went, oh.
Oh, the producer isn't in the conversation?
Yeah, well, the producer wasn't in the conversation, and when I remember getting on the phone with Serban, and he was maybe a little bit like he maybe took a breath, but other than that, not even a hint of complaint. Nothing. He's just like, oh yeah, okay, all right, turn this up, turn this. It was like turn the guitar up. 3 versions later, turn the guitar back down by the same. But you know what? And that's why he gets hired. He makes great sounding stuff, but he's so easy to deal with, and that's something that I took a huge amount from, which is, and by the way, he mixed another tons of singles for the same label, the same people, the same band, and had huge hits. And you know, that's because that's really what it takes. We all can figure out, okay, well, that's how you distort this 808, or this people use this plugin or whatever. But it's the relationships that you have, the consistent work, like Matt was saying. You know, I mean, Bainz, you're a guy who basically is the go-to for an entire family. There's a consistency there that you just go until it's right. Yeah. And you've dealt with extreme versions of
even
this.
not even other people. Like I played you one of these records last night that's coming out this Friday on MGK's album, and like I saw last night when I went to certified and I got the file, it was like M15 or something, mix 15 that I did. And I remember the mix 2 was the mix edit. After that, every version was, oh, I'm doing a new intro. Oh, can we try taking these drums out here? Yeah. Oh, can we do an arrangement change? It was all production stuff. Yeah. But every time he did it, within an hour, he had his file back then. And like, he was like super, super cool to work with, super happy.
Thanks for watching. Just a reminder, all of this content is free. There's no secret knowledge here. There's no Patreon. We don't read ads. We don't have sponsors. We're just trying to build a knowledge base. All that we ask in return is that you share it with somebody. Thanks so much.